first Shabbat they ended up in Israel, the first Shabbat was this week, the Shalom. And his whole congregation was wiped out by the Nazis. And he's there in Haifa, the first week he ended up in Haifa, and he has maybe 10 Hasidim there of 50 to 100,000 that were all killed. And they're sitting around the Friday night table. Nobody's in the mood to say l'chaim, nobody's in the mood to rejoice and to sing. And he shared with them the following thought. He says, in this week's Torah reading, we read Az Yasher, the Shira. When the Jews left Egypt, they would sing Az Yasher B'nai Yisrael, and it was praising Hashem, praising God. And the Talmud says that Az Yasher, it should have said that they sang, but it says that they will sing in the future. Why? So the Talmud says because this is a reference to Tchias HaMesim, to the resurrection of the dead. And when all of the Jewish souls are reunited with their loved ones and their bodies, that's when we'll properly sing. And so the Belzer Rebbe said, why do we have to find such an obscure reference for Tchias HaMesim? They left Egypt, they sang, just translated literally. Why do we have to come up with some allusion to the future? And then he shared something remarkable. He said, try and imagine you were leaving Egypt. Try and imagine that one of every 5 people actually survives. Because the Medrash says during one of the plagues, Makas Choshech, 4/5, 80% of the entire Jewish people were wiped out. And so everyone there knows that for every survivor who crossed over the Yam Suf and left Egypt, there were 4 who died. They weren't in a mood, they weren't in the mindset and the framework to sing. But what Moshe told them was, Az Yasher, even those who were lost, they will be reunited with Tchias HaMesim. And even though we have very dark chapters in our history, they're chapters, but there's an entire book, and the book isn't finished. Therefore, even when it seems so dark, we always know as Jews, the resiliency comes from our belief that Az Yasher, there will be a time where we will be reunited, and this will be way behind us.
Amen.
Thank you.
You know that every night at the first day, I think of the first month, Shiva, I remember every night going to sleep. It was very depressing because every day you hear about more people who are dead and more people who are kidnapped. And I remember every night I looked at Bill and he looked so depressed to me. I never seen him like this in my life. And I told him every night, we will be happy again. We will be. So thank you for your words.
Yeah.